You're on set. Hi, William.
Hi, Shona.
France just released some new economic data.
That's right. This data shows the French economy grew 0.3% in the final quarter of 2013. That was a bit lower than expectations, but the good news is overall growth for the year was also 0.3%, which beat expectations. The government says the bump was thanks to an increase in household spending. Now, Germany just released its data as well, and it's up 0.4% in the final quarter of 2013, but 1.3% overall for the year. Let's take a listen to the French finance minister who had a positive spin on the most fresh data.
You have to compare this figure 0.3% to two things. Our forecast 0.1%. The real figure is slightly better. And to the German growth figure over 2013, 0.4%. This means the French economy is out of recession and that it has now reached an annual growth rate of 1%.
Well, it's February 14th, and you know what that means, Will. The boom for restaurants and florists as couples are celebrating Valentine's Day.
That's right. The business of love, you could say, is rosy. People around the world will be celebrating the holiday, and we're seeing here in France a massive upswing in the orders for florists. And Josh Vardy takes a look at one village in France where they're trying to keep up with all the lovers' plans.
A dozen roses, please. From a local service to an international online giant, Florijet aren't just any florist. Behind these blooms lies a sprawling network of affiliates both across France and abroad.
Florijet International Service, I'm speaking.
Early February is an important time of year for the company.
Right now, we are delivering a bouquet of flowers every 35 seconds. On Valentine's Day, we are expecting 25,000 to 27,000 orders.
Florijet have 5,500 florists across France with sales over 31.5 million euros. Not bad for an operation run from a village with under 1,000 inhabitants.
We have a total of 130 full-time and part-time staff working for Florijet. We are a rather large organization but function like a family business. Most of our partners know each other. The fact that most people live close to one another helps them connect.
The internet brings this company 60% of its sales, and since 1992, it's continued to expand. Every year, turnover has steadily risen from 3 to 5%, even through the ongoing financial crisis. Operating locally but thinking globally. One company with a bunch of good ideas.
Take us to the markets now, William.
And data out of China shows inflation is subdued, quelling fears in Asian markets outside of Japan. Now, the Nikkei just closed down due to a stronger yen, but also after disappointing jobless figures which came out of the U.S. last week. Let's take a brief look at other stories grabbing headlines today. Lenovo posted record third-quarter profits. The Chinese firm is the world's largest PC maker. Its earnings outpaced analyst estimates and rose 30% on the back of strong laptop and mobile sales. Now, Lenovo did warn that future results likely won't be as bright due to its recent acquisition of IBM's server division and Motorola Mobility.
Taxi drivers in France may have won their first fight in a long fight battle. The government has suspended new registrations for private chauffeur services like Uber. Paris made the decision until it finishes talks with unions representing taxi drivers who have been striking since Monday. The crucial stumbling block is taxis require a license that costs more than 200,000 euros, while private competitors have no fee.
And Dongfeng is to recall more than 9,000 cars in China. The Chinese car maker makes Peugeot and Citroën vehicles there. Those cars that were affected were ones that were manufactured between August 12th and September 13th. The news was announced by the Chinese quality control authorities over an issue with faulty brake fluid.
One last story, William. More details on a massive $45 billion deal between two U.S. cable companies.
That's right. This is a deal that Comcast announced it will buy Time Warner. These are the two largest cable providers in the U.S., and the merged company would have strongholds in the largest U.S. markets like New York, Chicago, and Los Angeles. But now some critics are crying foul and asking regulators to step in and block the deal on account that it could raise prices and limit the competition.
All right. Thank you very much, Will Hildebrandt, for that day's Business news. Now it's time for a tour of the hotspots on the web.
Lebanese Olympic skier Jackie Chamoun, who's currently competing in